I'm thinking maybe we'll apply some to my cheekbones. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and if you're new, then welcome. My channel is all about makeup and everything beauty. Now today I'm going to show you how to contour your face for a natural look, which is super easy. I know when you think about contouring, you probably think it's complicated, overwhelming, stripes all over the face, makeup palettes you're probably never going to use, and just going to take you too long. And to be honest, that kind of contouring does kind of take a little bit of time. But this is super easy, so it's not even it's perfect for beginners. It's perfect if you don't usually wear makeup. It's perfect if you do wear makeup. So either way, I think you're going to love this tutorial. I've only used about 3 products, and they're products that you can use on other things other than contouring. You're going to love it, but before we head into the video, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that bell button so that you never miss a video. You can also catch me on Instagram, where you can follow me for daily beauty news and PR unboxing, which you'll find on my stories. Let's jump straight into the video. So I already have my foundation, my concealer on. Obviously things like my brows, lashes, lips, everything is on, because we're not talking about that today. We're talking about how to contour the face for a natural look. Now, there wasn't any point in me going through my concealer and foundation application with you, because everyone has a different preference of what kind of daytime makeup they want, and it changes day to day. For me today, this is what it felt like, so we're going to go with this. Now, this technique works for any kind of coverage, so once you've done your foundation, once you've done your concealer, this is where we can start contouring the face for a really natural look. So I'm going to move in with my powder, because that's what we're using. We're going to set the face in a very clever technique, which is contouring and setting all at the same time. So I'm going to use my Makeup Forever Ultra HD setting powder in Light Banana first. Now I'm going in with my powder puff. This is the Laura Mercier powder puff. I think you can kind of buy this as well. It came with the powder, but you can buy this, I think, in store. So I'm just going to go into my powder, and this is the Light Banana powder, like I said, and I'm just going to press it in on my under eye area, and all this is doing is just setting this for me, but it's also brightening the whole area. Now the other areas that I'm going to do are just the forehead area, and you can press in however much you feel that you want. Like if I want like a matte look, so I'm kind of pressing in. I'm pressing it in all over, other than my cheekbone area and like the hairline. So what I want to just explain very quickly is, like I mentioned, you can put however much powder on as you like, depending on the type of coverage that you want. If you want, you can use a brush, because that will give you a much lighter finish. I like using a puff because I know that then my look is going to stay all day, and I prefer that more kind of semi-matte look. Because in about an hour, 2 hours, my natural oils in my skin will come through, and then my skin will look just a tiny bit dewy, just the right amount, and that's how I like it. So it really is down to what you like as your finished result. So next, what we're going to do is we are just going to kind of dust away what we've done there. So I'm using my Real Techniques powder, Real Techniques brush, and I'm just literally dusting the powder away. Just everywhere that I applied it. Okay, so now that we've done that, we can see the face is looking pretty flat, but we haven't actually set everywhere. So this is where I'm going to go in with my other powder, and I'm using the Makeup Forever Ultra HD powder again, but this time I'm using the shade 4.2, which is tan neutral, and it's like the perfect warm shade. Now what I feel like is sometimes when you're using like darker shades for your contouring, you've really got to be clever about which color you use, which shade and which undertone you use, because if you go too dark, it's just going to look muddy, and if you go too light, it's going to possibly look grayish and just not give you enough contouring. So you want to get that really good balance. What I would aim for is go for a color which is at least like say 4 or 5 shades darker than your skin tone, but make sure that just because it's 4 or 5 shades darker than your skin tone, it doesn't mean that that's the correct color. You need to look at the color, have a feel of it over your skin, and also see, like, is it warming? Is it going to be complementing my skin tone? So don't just go for a really dark powder. Like the powder that I'm using, you can see it's like a really, it's probably 4 shades. Let me see actually, because my first powder I used was 2.1 light banana. This is 4.2, so you can see there's a good few shades in between. And this also has a neutral undertone. So if you look at all the different powders from Makeup Forever, they tell you some of them tell you what kind of undertone, like some are slightly peachy, some are slightly more yellow. So you can go for the kind of undertone that you feel suits your skin tone. I personally prefer more of a neutral contouring shade, because if I go too warm, it ends up looking really orange on my skin. So I'm gonna use this. So what I'm doing is just gonna put some into the lid, and I'm gonna get a brush that I love using for this. This is the Fenty 125 face shaping brush, and I just really like the way this kind of fits in to like the cheekbones and things. Now what I'm doing is I'm dipping this into the powder, so I'm literally just kind of dipping this in, and now I'm gonna set. So this is setting but also sculpting the face. So this is where I'm gonna go into my cheekbones, just here, and I'm pressing the product in, and you'll see that it's going to start sculpting my face, but at the same time that's setting. So we've avoided having to use kind of cream contour or concealer to sculpt the face, so that you're basically eliminating extra layers, which I feel you get when you're trying to contour. And what this is doing is giving you everything all at once, and it just kind of, the powder is so good, it just literally melts into the skin. So you can already see, look at all that shape there. There's so much shape there, and like already we've got some really nice contouring. Look, that's really flat on that side, and then you've got shaping here, but at the same time it's setting, and it gives you that kind of natural finish. So I'm just gonna get some more powder, and like I said, it really does depend how much you feel you want to apply. So hopefully you can see what I'm talking about. Like, there are really dark powders or contouring creams and stuff around that you don't necessarily have to use. Some of the contouring palettes that I see are ridiculous, because you get, like, it's just, they try and pair it up for you, and honestly, I don't know of any contouring palette which I actually like, because it's such a personal preference, and there are so many different skin shades, there are so many different kind of undertones. You're not going to be able to get a palette which suits everyone, or one category of skin tone. You're just not going to get it. So if there are like 5-6 people who are tanned, it doesn't mean one contouring palette is going to work for all of them. You know, you need, because they're all going to have different undertones, so it's going to look different. So I always suggest just getting them individually. The palettes are just a way for brands to make money, to be honest with you. So honestly, I would personally recommend just getting it all separate, because then you know that you're going to use everything that you've got and it works perfectly for your skin tone. So we're going to go into the other side, just pressing this in again here. And then we're going to go into this area here, because for me this is where I contour, because I like my face to look a little bit slimmer, because it is quite round. There, you can see that's already warming up. And next we're just going to go into the jawline, and this is just going to help define the jawline. So next up is my nose, and for this I'm going to use the Dior Backstage Face and Body Powder No Powder. This is amazing. It's 4N, which is neutral again, so I know that undertone is going to be good for me. So the brush that I'm going to use for this is the Zoeva 222 brush, and literally all I'm doing is just coating the tip of the brush. So I'm literally just, you know, coating it and taking off the excess. And then what I'm going to do is just very lightly just shape my nose. Now for this bit, I like to do like a V shape here. And then I literally just go down the bridge of the nose, the sides of the bridge of the nose. And just take that into this area here. See, with that, with this kind of like powder, because it kind of melts into the skin, I feel like it isn't overly obvious that I've just contoured my nose. So that's more or less enough for me when it comes to that. But you, again, don't have to go, you don't have to go as much as me or as heavy as me. Oh, what is going on here? You don't have to go as heavy as me. Like you can go a lot lighter. So you could potentially still use these same products, but just not go as heavy-handed as what I'm going, because I prefer this look and it's really down to what you prefer for yourself. So now that we've kind of done that, the only last few bits that I want to do is just kind of highlight certain key areas. So I'm going to use the MAC Soft and Gentle Mineralized Skin Finish. Again, this melts into the skin really well. And I'm just using, I don't actually know what this brush is. It's just a small dome brush. And I'm literally just going to do a little line across the tip of my nose, very, very small, and just top the bridge of the nose. I'm thinking maybe we'll apply some to my cheekbones. I don't always apply highlight to, oh, maybe a bit less. See, I don't like too much highlight, just a very small amount. Okay, I think that is about it for that. I'm gonna very quickly just finish my face. So that is all the contouring done. It's super easy. Honestly, it is just really nice for a natural look, and you don't have to put so much on. You don't have to go with such intense pigmented products. You can use very light products. So sometimes I feel like people end up spending money or wasting money on products that they maybe only are going to use if they're doing a full face of makeup or they're going out in the evening. At least with these specific products that I've shown you, you can still use them for really light natural looks. Like you can still use your banana powder on a daily basis. Not banana powder, but this powder is great for natural looks, but you can build it up. It's even better for natural looks because it just melts in, and the powder is so, it's just not detectable. It's so ultra fine. And that's something you can use on a daily basis. And even with the darker shade, like if you want to go for the same shade as me, if you know that your skin tone is similar to mine, then obviously it's great for you, because then you know you just need to get this one. And even this one, I feel like you can use this just as your, almost like a very soft bronzer, so you don't have to go with a bronzer. And even the Dior Powder No Powder, that's great for daily use, even if you want to use that to sculpt your face as opposed to the setting powder. So I feel like these are products that you can generally use, like without, you can use them on a day-to-day basis. You don't have, they're not just for kind of like a full-on heavy look. So let me just finish the rest of my face, because there's little things that I need to touch up, like my eyes, but that have nothing to do with contouring. So let me do that, and then I'm gonna come back and then we can see what it all looks like. So I finished the rest of my look. All I've done is just added some lower lash mascara, added some lip color, finished my brows off because I like to do them once my base is done. And that's about it. I haven't touched my base. So I really wanted you to see what this finished look looks like, because it really is all about the base. Ignore the eyes, ignore the brows, ignore the lips. That for you may be a little bit heavy, but that's me, that's what I like. And everyone has a different version of what they like for the daytime. I have about 10 different versions of daytime looks that I like. This is one of them, so it may be a bit heavy for you, but it's very easy to kind of feel like something looks heavy just because the eyes are heavy or the lips are heavy or the brows are overly done, whereas the base might be pretty natural. So I would suggest for you guys to really follow this tutorial. Watch this video again, but get all your makeup out. Like I literally only used about 3 different products for my base, like to show you the contouring once the foundation was done. Get those products or similar products and then go through it with me. So get your concealer and your foundation done, get your base done, and then sit down with those products and then start doing it at the same time. It's the easiest way. So yeah, this is my way of contouring for a natural look, and I hope you've enjoyed it. So how did you find this tutorial? I would love to hear from you, especially if you rewatched this video and did your makeup with me. I'd love to know how it turned out on you. So just let me know in the comments box below and I will always get back to you. I personally love this type of look, and I feel like it's just a really easy look to follow, and it's something that I think is wearable, it's natural, and it's so not complicated. So anyway, if you love this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that bell button so that you never miss a video. Until the next video, take care and I'll see you soon.